Happy Friday, everyone. Almost the weekend, depending on what part of the world you live in. So in this video, I've been hearing a lot about med beds and I wanted to go through it. Is this something we're going to have in the near future? But first, I want to go back the past 50 years to show you how technology's moved on so fast. So I've been hearing about this new technology for healing people for quite a while, and it does seem very futuristic, something I would not have thought I would see in my lifetime. But I need everyone to keep an open mind, especially because some of the information is way out there. Like I say, I want to go back 50 years just to show you quickly how technology's moved on. Now, when I was a little girl, we had a washing machine that looked like this one. It was like a brick. It was massive. It probably appeared bigger because I was so small. But you put your washing in there. Afterwards, you had to run it through this mangle. Now, my auntie, I'm sure she used to do her washing by hand, and she had this type of mangle. And imagine what that might be worth now if she'd have kept it. But before that, it was mainly the women did the washing by hand. And then by the time I left home, we had what was called a twin tub, and I hated it. And this is a modern day twin tub. You put your washing in the left side. When it's washed, you put it through the spinner on the right side. So the spinner replaced the mangle. I left home when I was about, first 16. Let's say when I was 20, 21, when I first had Jamie. That's when I got my own home and had the twin tub. And over the time, we've now got more modern automatic washing machines, and what a godsend they are. Also, back 50 years back, we got our first TV. We didn't have a TV for the first, 5 years of my life. There was no coloured TVs in those days. It was all black and white. This is an example of one which looks more 70s style to me. The TV we had seemed more bulky than that and had a bright red casing. So imagine watching black and white TV with a casing that's bright red. Also back then, I think there was only 3 TV channels. We didn't have 24/7 programmes. And if I remember rightly, when the TV ended at a certain time, I think it was before 12 o'clock, I can't remember the exact time, I'm sure they played God Save the Frigging Queen. Oh, those days have gone, long gone. And now we've got flat screen TVs, we've got hundreds of different channels, it's in colour, we've got curved screens, 3D screens, you name it. I don't watch TV. I've got a small little TV in my living room that only goes on if I want to watch a DVD. So I'm not up on the TVs. But just based on alone, the one I've got, you can see how far technology's come in those 50 years. Then we also had what was called the telephone, with the numbers 1 to 9 and a 0, and you had to put your finger in and dial it. Now, we got our first one in 1976. I still remember that phone number, and it was bigger than that one in the photo, and it was really clunky, and it was this horrible mustard colour. And also, we were on what was called a party line, so we shared that phone line with other people. That was 1976, not that long ago really, and now we can speak to people through our phones and actually see them on camera with Skype and FaceTime, depending on if you've got Android or Apple. I phone my dad every Sunday. It's great because he's 85 now, and I know by looking at him if he's telling me the truth. I hated phones, I still do. I prefer to speak to people face to face, and this is a great alternative. But there's more examples than that out there, but this just shows you how much technology has improved in a short space of time. 50 years ago, I don't think I'd have been able to comprehend being on a device and seeing the other person talking back to me in real time. In fact, we used to have a TV programme, I think it went out on a Sunday, with new inventions on it. I can't remember the programme now, but at one stage they did show video phone calls, and it was so pixelated and choppy, and I remember at the time thinking that will never take off. Well, I was wrong, and it's a lot better quality. So anything's possible technology wise, but how far has technology really advanced? Because we learn about technology years after it's been invented, and they've been testing it out for, is it about 20 years before we actually see it? So we're going to go back to the med beds. That was just to show you, give you an idea of how fast technology's changed, how far we've come. And even though med beds seem very futuristic to me, and I didn't think they'd be around in this lifetime of mine, I think we're at that stage right now. Now, are med beds real? I don't know. This is just what I've been hearing about them. Now, med beds is a healing technology, and I've heard that there are different types for different kinds of healing. I've heard there's 3 different kinds. Whether it's true or not, you do your research and let me know. And what would happen is, if they're real, you would lie in it, it would scan your body, it would diagnose if there's anything wrong with you. I think you're then asked if you want that healing, and you come out the other end healed. Now, I just want to give a little example here, because my brother's got schizophrenia. And at one stage I said, if I could give you a pill to take away the schizophrenia and you wouldn't ever get it back in the rest of your life, you would never have to take another pill again for it, would you take that pill? And he couldn't grasp that concept, but he did say to me, no, he would not get rid of the schizophrenia, because that is part of who he is. So I'm presuming when you scan through, it diagnoses you. You get a choice of whether you want a certain thing healed or not. So let's say my brother had heart disease and schizophrenia. He could then say, heal the heart disease, but I want to keep the schizophrenia. I don't know, I'm just surmising. Now, I have heard it's based on quantum technology, which we're hearing more about. I've also heard it needs Tesla energy to make it operate. I've also heard, and this is where you need an open mind, it was created off-world and is probably far more advanced than what we humans could create. In other words, alien technology. Keep an open mind. But that's just a brief sum up of what I've been hearing. Do we know if it's real? I guess when the first person goes through it and is healed and it hits mainstream news, then we know it's real. But there is articles out there, and I want to just show you one. And it is this one right here. I'm going to have to move the screen over, and I just want to, I'm not going to read it all to you, but there is, from this point is what interested me. So sorry, I had to stop, I got a little tickle in my throat. So Secret Space whistleblower Jared Rand, the editor of Stillness in the Storm, is one of the latest alleged secret space insiders to step forward. In conversation, he talks about a highly advanced off-world technology such as tachyon healing chambers, portal technology, resurrection beds, replicators, and rejuvenation pills. He's not the first nor will be the last person to discuss these covert patented technologies. These life-altering inventions are literally from out of this world. They involve the ability not only to grow back missing limbs and cure diseases, yet rejuvenate the atoms and cells in the body, as well as reverse the aging process. This AI computer program would create healing within the body, renewing it systematically through a painless atomization process, unaffecting the memory, wisdom, knowledge and qualities, etc., where the patient lies in the med bed and goes into a deep sleep. Now, I have heard you will not need anaesthetic to go into this deep sleep, so they won't be injecting anything into you. How it works, I don't know. It is hard to wrap our heads around this concept, so sci-fi could recreate a missing body part or complete rejuvenation of reversing decades and layers of age. So imagine that. I'm 55, maybe I want to go back 20 years, 35. Would you want to go back if it means losing all your knowledge and wisdom, etc.? That wouldn't be fun. But going back 20 years and keeping all your memories, that wisdom, that knowledge, that sounds brilliant to me. It'll be run by trained healthcare professions, and they would manage these devices as these miracle medbed identifies DNA while scanning the body for imperfections, then uses plasma and tachyon technology with a controllable AI computer to treat accordingly to the person's desire. Again, that goes back to what I was saying about my brother. You choose what you want healing and what you don't. In-depth health maintenance will be provided of a holistic approach along the lines of neuropathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy and many others. I guess this goes hand in hand because it's alright having these med beds, but if you're healed and then you do not change your approach to life, whether it's through your food or you just sit on your sofa all day, it needs these other things to guide you through to have a better lifestyle, healthier lifestyle. So anyway, the practice of these devices will not be used in allopathic hospitals but other appointed clinics. When the patents are released, when the patents are released to the public, they will be protected against the greed and political establishment that have infiltrated every arena of our lifestyles. Now, that is so true. I also have heard, I'm not reading that from here, that there about 2,000 patents regarding health that are going to be released soon that have been hidden from the public. So that does go hand in hand with what they're saying here. Right, let's skip down. Some of the very first people to receive healing sessions will be those suffering the most painful and severe conditions, and eventually, through time, it is said that every household will have its own devices. Wow. Now, we are going into more humanitarian age, and anyone who's got a pain in the shoulder who wants to be seen first when there's people dying of cancer, you really need to rethink your morals there. Just saying. Please no one take that personally. Okay, Rand mentions several technologies that have certain extraterrestrial people have covertly shared with the selected groups on Earth for decades. I'm guessing these extraterrestrial people are like the Pleiadians, the Arcturians and a few others, maybe the Federation of Light lot. Again, keep an open mind on that. As part of a research team, Jared Rand claims to have tested and verified all the technology's effectiveness. He also claims there are 2 specific pills to rejuvenate anyone within 24 hours. Very interesting. And I'm just going to skip down. I don't think there's anything else, so I'm going to put the link in the description so you can read the full article yourself. It is worth reading. Now, where were we? I'm going to have to move my screen again, aren't I? Okay, so I did try looking for the patent to this. Now, whether it's not been released yet or it's just me who couldn't find it, not that I'm good at tracking these things down, but if anyone goes looking and you actually find it, can you leave a comment over on the thread I'll put up over on Webtalk, please? So imagine having the technology that can grow back limbs, cure cancer, heal you completely. It should also be able to clear out all toxins from your body from GMO foods and poisons, reverse any vaccine damage. And I've also heard the other day that the first medbed will be out this month sometime and installed in Texas. Don't know if this is true, but it sounds promising. Now, the thing about Texas, and there's a great video of a guy driving around Texas looking for Tesla towers, and I think there was about 3 or 4 he found, and he actually spoke to a woman on one of the properties who confirmed it was Tesla towers. Now, if these medbeds have to run off Tesla energy, Texas is the best place without already having the Tesla towers out there. So there are a number of articles out there on all of this, and they are worth reading. And I've noticed there's a number of videos as well. Might be worth you watching them. Like I said to you earlier, to me it's very futuristic and something I didn't think possible in my lifetime. God, I sound old when I say things like that. But I really do hope it's about to be rolled out, and from there we will all have access to them. Right, we need the people who really desperately need the treatment to be healed first. I'm also hoping there'll be some that will heal animals as well, whether it's the same medbeds or a separate medbed just for animals, designed for animals. Let's hope they're coming to a town near you soon. I'm just relaying information that I've heard from different people here. You need to do some research to see if anything of this nature is true. Trust your feelings as well. We need to start going within and trusting our own feelings as to what's true and what's not. If you can tap into that, you will know the truth. Now, I do feel this is true. I really do. And I'm very excited about it. Because after the past 12 months we've had, we really do need something positive coming our way. And maybe this could be that positive thing. Because I don't know about everyone else. Now, most people are aware. I don't believe the narrative that's going on. I think I've upset a few people with that over on Webtalk. But I know people who've died throughout the past 12 months, right? One did have the C19 on the death certificate. I don't think so. I believe that person was misdiagnosed. Also, I've lost a friend to cancer. She had some treatment in the beginning, then all cancer treatment stopped. And what we're noticing more just recently, in the UK, I can only speak for the UK, the cancer treatment was stopped for everyone. It's still not happening now. And those that got cancer either just before this or during the 12 months are starting to pass away from cancer. Those people should be some of the first people to receive treatment on these new beds. So that's it. I'm going to disable the comments on this video, but I'd like to hear back from you. I'm going to post the video over on Webtalk, and you can use that post to comment on. And if you're not already a member of Webtalk, you will have to sign up if you want to leave a comment, and it is free to sign up, so don't worry about that. I'm going to leave the link in the pinned comment below. Now, one of the reasons I'm disabling the comments is because I want to keep this positive, and there's a lot of people out there, when you talk about aliens or things that they cannot comprehend, they're telling you it's Satan, it's the devil's work. Well, I'm sorry, no. Not everything is down to Satan and the devil. As we have good and bad people on our planet, we're going to have good and bad people out there. Extraterrestrial. It makes sense. There's always balance. So I don't want you supporting the devil comments kind of thing. I'll just delete them. And the other thing I will delete, please don't spam with your business. You'll just get blocked, simple as. So anyway, thank you for watching. I say it's Friday, it's weekend, so have a great weekend everyone, and I'll do another video soon.